I'm Kay Adams reporting live from the GMFB Election Center. We're more than halfway through the season, and the MVP campaign is heating up among the top three candidates. Todd Gurley, Drew Brees, and Patrick Mahomes have all made a strong case for the most valuable player, and we have representatives from each campaign joining us this morning. There's a huge grassroots movement taking shape in the Midwest, so let's go live to the Cunningham Ridge Community Center outside Arrowhead Stadium, where our own Peter Schrager, chief strategist for the Patrick Mahomes campaign, is addressing an enthusiastic crowd. Peter, take it away.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was just 17 years old when he was appointed the chief musician at the Salzburg Court. S.E. Hinton was just 19 years old when she wrote the legendary coming-of-age novel, The Outsiders. Damien Chazelle wrote the screenplay for Whiplash when he was just 27. And Patrick Mahomes at 23 belongs in the same breath as all of these artists and phenoms. This is Mozart on the gridiron. This is Picasso in the red zone. This is Hamlish between the hashes. A message to all voters on this very important 2018 election day. Don't be scared of our youth. Don't be afraid to crown the young. Don't discount the prodigies and the phenoms and the absolute. For in this 2018 season, age truly is only a number. Mahomes, he's just a kid, right? Well, whereas art is a rather subjective medium, the craft of quarterbacking is not. And Patrick Mahomes has 8 straight games of 300-plus passing yards, tied for the most in a single season in NFL history. He is the only quarterback in NFL history to pass for at least 3,000 yards in his first 10 games. And Patrick Mahomes, all 23 years of him, is on pace. Oh my God, I can't even say that. He's on pace to throw for 550 yards and 52 touchdowns. Pure numbers, it would just be one of the greatest quarterback seasons anyone has ever had in the 99-year history of the National Football League. But those are just individual accolades. How's his team doing? Well, Kansas City is 8-1. They're top the AFC standings, and their only loss came to the defending conference champions in their building. And in that game, Patrick Mahomes only threw for 352 yards and 4 touchdowns, threw his team on the back, went toe-to-toe with the greatest of all time, and had everyone gasping for air afterwards. Oh, and Tom Brady, the guy he lost to, last year's MVP? In 2017, with his MVP season, Tom Brady had 32 touchdown passes. He won the MVP. It's week 10, and Patrick Mahomes has 29! Hey! Trust me, I get it. I'm a traditionalist, too. And as a student of the game's rich history, I don't love crowning guys prematurely. He usually needs a resume. He usually needs some warts, some bruises, before we hand him the hallowed MVP award. But it's not like we haven't done it before. Jim Brown won the MVP at 21. Then he won it again at 22.
That's right.
Walter Payton won it at 23. And Dan Marino, also a second-year quarterback, did it at 23 as well. So don't be fooled into thinking Patrick Mahomes is not worthy of this honor because he didn't earn it with years and years of waiting and wanting. After all, he is undoubtedly the most valuable player in the league in the 2018 season. And in the spirit of Picasso, in the spirit of Mozart, I leave you with this masterpiece in slow motion from Sunday. Maybe the most beautiful pass in an NFL game. There was 1 inch where he could throw that. He found that inch. This man is an artist. He is a phenom. He is a true revelation. So, ladies and gentlemen, on Election Day, do what's right. Go to bat for Pat. Yay! Yeah!
Well said by Peter Schrager. There was a crowd outside of Arrowhead. That is why they call you the chief strategist. See what I did there? All right, let's go live to Rotary Club on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, right outside LA Memorial Coliseum. There is so much excitement out on the West Coast brewing for this candidate, Barack O. Burleson. Campaign spokesperson for Gurley 2018 is set to take the stage.
Thank you, Kay.
Barack?
Thank you. Now here's the deal. Todd Gurley, he leads the NFL in rush attempts, which shows his durability. Now, make no mistake about it, he is a true 4-down RB1.
Oh my God.
Most rushing yards and rushing TDs proves he's cut from that old school cloth. Let me be clear. He's also a receiver, no skill player. Touches the ball more than him. His total yards and TDs from scrimmage, it makes the running backs from these other 2 teams look like Ren and Stimpy. Now, listen, he has 16 TDs so far this season. It will not be easy to break LaDainian Thomas's record of 31. Can he do it? Yes, he can.
Yeah.
Now, my candidate doesn't like to criticize opponents, but I think it should be known that there's certain things people are saying about the competition. So let's start with the candidate down in New Orleans, Mr. Drew Brees. Check this out.
How much can you really trust Drew Brees? He's been a part of 66%.
And that's just one of the guys trying to say he's better than the candidate, Todd Gurley. Now listen to word around town about this young guy out in Kansas City.
Looking for experience, a workhorse, consistency, then don't look at the QB in Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has been called elusive. Others call it slim.
29 touchdowns, 6 of those are behind the line of scrimmage. Give me a break. Now, listen, aren't you tired of quarterbacks dominating this war? How about change versus more of the same? So vote for change, vote for Gurley. In Todd we trust.
Well said, Barack Burleson. This is ridiculous. Of course, we give all 3 candidates equal time here on Good Morning Football. The excitement in New Orleans is palpable for their veteran candidate, Kyle Brandt, consultant for the MV Breeze campaign, joining us now from the Benjamin Franklin High School Gymnasium in the French Quarter. Kyle.
Yes, what a beautiful crowd here. We love to see the people. We love to talk about democracy. And clearly, Burleson inhaled. Today, I speak for a chief that is actually worth hailing. It is my great honor to represent, ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 NFL MVP, Mr. Drew Brees. But first, as you might expect, a word on his alleged opponents. Todd Gurley, we're going to waste the time of the American people with a running back? That is like a third-party candidate. Cool campaign. Now step aside for the gentleman who can actually win this thing. Todd Gurley is just Ralph Nader with better footwork. And what, may I ask, is this? What in the hell is this? All that's missing from this image is a flight suit and a mission accomplished banner. My message to the people, you do not want a benevolent MVP. No, you want a leader who will punish defenses with impunity and eradicate enemies. Yet I see that clip, and I learned that even with the warm climate, there are snowflakes in Los Angeles. You know, the White House had a Todd once in the 1860s. She was also part of a play that ended prematurely. Not pretty at all. And then there's Patrick Mahomes. Textbook fresh-faced candidate that is just a rep for the political machine. Because you see, Mr. Mahomes is a liar. He is a liar. Classic politician who cannot keep campaign promises. The people were promised deep balls. Mr. Mahomes promised the American people that he can throw the ball 80 yards. Has he even thrown one 80 feet? Because 13 of his 29 touchdowns have been thrown within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Now, I'm not sure where you come out politically, but I look at Mahomes' team, weak on defense, no big bombs. I guess the league has a lefty quarterback after all. Drew Brees, however, is a man in the center. A man of faith, represents saints, and who has witnessed miracles. An American dream raised in the South, educated in the Midwest, 5 terms on the West Coast, and now a luminary on the Gulf Coast. Take Drew Brees off the Saints, they still have bags on their heads. You take Mahomes off the Chiefs, Alex Smith still has them in the playoffs. What's the dang difference? And in this era, of all things, we look to family. We look to family. These are the Brees children. I believe their names are Dalen, Balin, Waylon, and Kalen. Notice there's no Phelan and no Palin, because we're all winners in the Brees family, just like their daddy. Do Mr. Brees' opponents even have children? No, they are children. The perfect quarterback, the perfect MVP. The only blemish on the face of this candidate is an actual blemish on the face of this candidate. And we urge you to come and join Team Brees on this journey. Because we're going to Cincinnati, and to Pittsburgh, and to Tampa, and Carolina, and then we're going to Atlanta to take back the Lombardi. Yeah! On election day, you ask who dat, I say Drew dat, and I approve this message. Yeah! God bless America. Fine speech. Fine speech. Fine speech.
Well done.
Well done by all of our consultants, our campaign manager. You've heard from these 3 gentlemen. It's time for you to make your voice heard. Voter turnout, obviously, very crucial during this election cycle. Let me repeat that. Voter turnout is very crucial during this election cycle. You can go vote at GMFB right now. These candidates need your support. Cast that ballot for either Todd Gurley or Patrick Mahomes or Drew Dat on Twitter right now. Go to the polls. At GMFB, we have the election results later on in the show. Well